Welcome to Metal Wani and Metal Nation Radio. Your host Vitek here with the amazing frontman of Kadavar, Mr. Christoph Lindemann. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you very much. I'm really good. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Now, Berlin, capital of Germany. You guys are from Germany, and you name your album as Berlin. More like an ode to this beautiful city is coming out later this month via Nuclear Blast. How excited is the band for this album?
Uh, yeah, the album is done since May already, so actually we're really excited because it's finally it's time to like release that album. We've
Right.
been talking so much the last couple of weeks, and we've been rehearsing the song so long that actually we can't wait to hear what the people think about our new album. That's for sure.
Awesome, because the old man is already out. The video has been circulating on internet from last few weeks. Of
Yeah.
course, you guys must have, done some research and try to find out how the fans have responded.
Yeah, of course you do that. I mean, that's always like the connection out like to the people you have, you know.
Hmm.
So you always read the comments and like try to answer some comments as well, and try
Right.
to get in touch with people and see their reactions. But I think so far it was quite good. I think people liked it. It's a little bit different than the stuff we used to do, but I think people dig it and like it, and
Uh,
that's good.
That's cool because for me, while I've been listening to Berlin all this while and I've been having a chat with my co-writer who was actually, currently working on a review, it's pretty much evident to me that it's probably the most upbeat, more like an infectious work you guys have done. It clearly distinguishes your work in such a way that the quality of songs actually stand up on this album, and I'm sure that was the intention of the band to make it more richer when the fans listen to it multiple times, just to
Mm-hmm.
reveal the beauty behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there was an idea for sure that we wanted to change the songwriting in a way that we used to write songs with so many parts
Hmm.
that sometimes the songs they did not really went somewhere. So
Okay.
you were like on a journey, but you never reached or you never got somewhere. So
Hmm.
we tried this time to like kick out all the parts we don't really need in a song. So
Right.
we've been writing songs, and then the first time we wrote that song was maybe 5-6 minutes long, and
Hmm.
then we started like cutting out parts. We were really like listen to every part and was like, do we really need that?
Right.
Does the song need a part like this? Of course it's great and it sounds good, but does it bring anything? So we've been like this time really hard with like cutting out parts, and so the songs got way shorter, and it's more like one melody on the guitar and a melody, the vocal melody,
Right.
and not too many parts in between. So we try to really like write songs kind of in a, don't take me wrong, but in a pop structure, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? So in a more easy structure, which was really interesting for us. We've never done something like that before, and we wanted to write the album like this because it's easier to listen to,
True.
and it's also more fun for us to play live.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main points, because we play so many live shows. We really need to like the songs play and really want to play them live. Um,
Definitely.
so that was one of the main points on this album. That's why the songwriting changed a little bit, and we tried something new.
In fact, because in terms of songwriting, like you said, I kind of felt that the kind of attention to detail that's put by on part of the band to basically check out the tones, the pacing, the melodies and the rhythm of the overall sound has been very natural. Something that has grown out from your self-titled album and even Abracadabra as well. So it's
Yeah,
something which makes me feel that there's a progression in the band
yeah.
on such a way that you guys know your foundation. Now you're just making it even better.
Yeah, you're totally right. With the album, the self-titled album, that was actually there was demo recordings in a way.
Right.
Like we that was our first songs we wrote, and we recorded them, but we did not know where we want to go, and like how the band should sound like, and what the
Hmm.
band is. With the second album, it changed already a little bit more, but we were just in a hurry. We had not much time to write that album. We wrote that album in like 10 days or something.
Hmm.
So and also then Simon, our new bass player, joined us 2 years ago,
Right.
and he has so many different influences of music, like way more 60s psychedelic garage stuff he's been listening to, and like the way he plays the bass is totally different. He plays the bass more like a guitar, and like, so we could change our stuff a little bit more. And as you said, it's like, it's just a progression, and like, yeah, it was time to do an album like this.
That's really cool. I mean, for me, I mean, like the subtle moments, like the songs like "Thousand Miles Away from Home," it's got like that Rolling Stone kind of noodling right at the start, and even songs like "Stolen Dreams" seems to echo, the push which is on the Lord of the Sky. There's something
Yeah,
where your voice echoes in a song like "Into the Night" when you whisper that word "night." I mean, there's
yeah.
something, the beauty behind how you guys have spent time in terms of where each part is supposed to be and how it's supposed to reflect. So I kind of feel there's a lot of time being put in terms of arrangements. I mean, it must have been like quite crazy to make sure that, okay, something should, be placed correctly.
That's the funny part, because actually we did a pre-production for the whole album. So we recorded the whole album once before we recorded the album, actually.
Hmm.
So we did everything in our studio where we recorded the last two albums.
Right.
So we did the whole process we did already. We found like the parts, we found the sounds we want to use. We've, as you said, like there's like the echoes or delays in one part and this and that. Sometimes the voice is really dry and total opposite. And we did that, and then we went into the studio where we recorded the album, and we were recording 10 days, I think.
Hmm.
And then we sent the album to Pelle Gunnarfeld, he's the guy he's from Stockholm, and he mixed the album.
Okay.
So we sent him actually the pre-production and told him, like, dude, this is actually like how we see the songs. This is like the idea we had behind that song.
Hmm.
But we gave him total freedom, and like, we did not talk to him much, and said, like, you can mix the album. Here are the tracks, here are the instruments, here are the songs. Do whatever you want. So a lot of stuff of course he knew what we were trying to do, but there's a lot of stuff he just came up with, and we had no idea what he was doing. And that was a really interesting part, because we've never done that before, that we had somebody else mixing our album.
Right.
We did everything ourselves all the time, but this time, like, he even had more input and like more ideas than we could ever have. And I think he really made the sound of that album, and he really changed details, as you said, and really made them like unique, and pushed the songs even more than we thought they could be pushed.
That's right. I mean, you actually gave him artistic freedom to basically express the final copy in such a way that it meets your vision as well as his vision as a, let's say, a mixing person.
Exactly. Like, for example, like sometimes I recorded like 5 different sounds of the guitar, and we just sent it to him and said, like, dude, you can choose which is the sound you like and you want to use for the mix.
Right.
So we recorded everything live. The basic track was there, but then there was like more guitar tracks, and he was the guy who said, like, okay, this is good, this is shit, I cut that away, take this one, that one. So it was really interesting for us when he sent the songs over, and I was really surprised, and I did not expect that. And first I was like, oh yeah, this is not how we sound. And then after the second time listening to it, I was like, well, maybe we usually don't sound like that, but maybe we should sound like that. And,
right.
And then like the third time, I already was like so used to it, and I was like, wow, that's great, I love it. we take it like that. That's perfect.
That's awesome. I mean, you guys have been on road like for a long time, and which is really great. I mean, and it clearly sees how your vocals have grown. I mean, playing these songs live and then inside a studio, it's a different environment. But the way your vocals have been live and now on Berlin as well, it kind of gives me an idea that how diverse your range has been and the tone which you put across. So, for you as the front man, how do you think, from your perspective, that you have evolved on this album in terms of lyrics as well as the voice?
Mm, like I never wanted to be the singer of Kadavar, I can tell you. So it just happened,
Hmm.
and because we couldn't find another singer at that time when we started the band, and then we released the first album, and then I was the singer, so I had to deal with it.
Right.
And this is the first album I really enjoyed singing because I thought like my voice was growing enough, and like I have a bigger range, and I just got used to it, and I start to really like it,
Hmm.
and this time I spent a lot of time not only like writing guitar riffs and melodies on the guitar, also like take way more time for the vocals and for the melodies and
Right.
find my range, find the perfect key of the song to sing it well as well. So sometimes we had to tune down the guitars like 2 notes or something,
Right.
but I always found the perfect key, so which makes the song perfect because the vocals sound good. You can play a good song, but the song is in the wrong key and the vocals totally suck.
Right.
It doesn't mean that the singer is wrong or he sucks. It's just like the song is in the wrong key, and
True.
that happened with our last album, the second album, that we were, because we were so in a rush, that we recorded the whole album
Hmm.
without I had no lyrics and no vocal like parts, so we recorded the whole album, and then I started like writing all the melodies and lyrics, and I found out that like half of the record was way too high for me, like the key was,
Okay.
and I was like, fuck, this is gonna be a nightmare. So I had to deal with it, and I made it somehow, but that's why this time I said like I want to take the time and really find my key, my range, and like I just want to go on stage and feel well, and like be happy to play those songs for people, and not like be shy and like just want to run away because I realize I can't sing that shit.
Right.
So that's why I spend a lot of time writing lyrics and find the perfect like range and key for me.
Absolutely. That's really great. Now, what about playing these live? Have you guys finalized any tours where this material should be played, because it's really meant to be unleashed live?
Yeah, I mean, we are a live band. We play like more than 100 shows every year.
Right.
Um, we we haven't played much the last 7 months now. It's just a couple of festivals now. We're
Hmm.
rehearsing right now the album, and we get ready. And from September we have like South America, North America, Europe. It's going to be like 80 shows, I think.
Wow.
And so we're really looking forward, and it's time to go back on the road and play new songs, because we've been playing the last album for about 2 years now, and then
Right.
uh, not that I was bored, not at all, because every night is different, but it's time to do something new and see how people react to the new songs. And I think it's a new era of Kadavar as well. So many things changed, and Simon, our new bass player, he's been playing with us since more than 2 years, but he always had to play the old songs. And I
True.
think he's also really happy that he can play his songs now as well. And I'm really excited to see what the people think about it.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm looking forward to see you guys live. It's very important. I mean, to basically play this material live. It's really great. I mean, being a metalhead, of course. I mean, we find a lot of death metal gigs and thrash metal gigs, but then have that old '70s rock kind of a vibe, and then you guys on stage pulling it off. It's a
Hmm.
great feeling. So I hope you guys get to come to India. I don't know whether you have any idea about your fan base here, but let me tell you something. It's growing, and there are crazy '70s rock fans, and of course, when you guys plan to come here down the line, it's gonna be a treat.
I've been to India 2 years ago for
Wow.
like about a month, like in Rajasthan, and like went to Mumbai first, and then like all the way up to Rajasthan, up to Nepal. Uh,
Awesome.
So I've seen something there, and it was a really intense trip. Varanasi and those places, really intense,
Hmm.
and it's a really different vibe. And I know some bands who went there to India to play, and I would be really interested in how people react to our music in India. I would love to come there and play. That's for sure. Yeah.
Wow, you have visited places where metal is like the gigs do not happen except Mumbai because Mumbai is like one of the biggest cities. But coming down towards the south, like Bangalore, I mean, all the major gigs happen here. So
Okay.
pr-
All right.
probably
Yeah.
like a club show or something down the road would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I would love to. I would love to see play for the Indian people. That's for sure. Yeah, yeah. I had a good time there when I was there 2 years ago.
Fantastic, Christoph. So before I conclude, how about you define Berlin in your own style in just one sentence?
Oh, you want me to do what again? Say it again.
Yeah. Describe the album
Uh,
Berlin
ah,
in just one
okay,
sentence.
okay, okay, okay. It's probably our most personal album we've ever done. The only album I did with Kadavar, I'm really proud of, and I'm really looking forward to see what the people think.
Wow, that's really great because especially from the lyrical point of view, how you guys have honored the roots of your city. It's amazing. Even the artwork depicts how
Oh,
how how chilled out it is. So, of course, fans, the album is coming out in late August via Nuclear Blast. It's better to get a copy of it and keep on rolling. Thank you very much, Christoph, for spending some time to do this interview. It's
oh,
an honor.
my pleasure. Thank you very much. I hope I'm gonna meet you soon.